ladies and gentlemen, I'm Meadsyreplays and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the T49 Hornet. T49, a tier 8 light USA tank. Now this video was requested by a patron, so if you do want to become a patron you can request videos, live streaming, etc, etc. So the link is in the description below if you do want to join. So the T49, those veterans who was around when the T49 came into the game would know that the T49, when it come, it was absolute broke. And I mean, we're talking about now where you have the Charioteer that's broke. Other tanks that are really good, like Draculas, etc. None of them compared to how broke this tank was when it first come. And what I mean by that, it's never really changed. Like the damage, the penetration, none of that's really changed. Now, what was broke about this tank was the chance of damaging modules, the percentage of damaging modules to the enemy tank. Now, I'm not sure what it is or what it was, but it was like double or triple or even quadruple more than any other tank. So you could get behind tanks, you can get in front of tanks, side of tanks, and if you could use that HE, not just HE, but the HE, it was easier because it penetrated more. You had a high percent of chance of ammo racking that tank. And I mean, when I say high, it was broke. It was absolute broke. Now, I do somewhere have a few streams, T49 streams with myself and Bob, and where we had double T49, and it was just so much fun. You could ammo rack 3 to 4 tanks in a battle. I mean, I've ammo racked 3 tanks, and then Bob's ammo racked 2 tanks in one battle. It was absolutely insane. Just like the T49A, when that come, you could get 4 or 5 ammo racks. This was just insane. The only thing at the time that could counter this was a T49. I mean, shoot a T49 in the face back then, it's an instant ammo rack. You had the J Panthers, shoot a J Panther from the side, ammo rack. AT-15, shoot an AT-15 behind, ammo rack. It literally ammo racked everything it could get its hands on, and it was just so much fun. Now, this battle, do not try this at home. Yeah, my bad. I didn't expect the Black Prince to do that much damage. I mean, the Black Prince was AFK all battle, and he did nothing, but he still ended up on 506 damage and a kill, thanks to me. So, bit noobish there, but I know we had already won. I didn't realise it would actually take that much damage. What I was intending to do is ram the Black Prince and then shoot the LTTB, but that didn't go quite to plan. So this tank, the T49, it's fun because it has that 152 millimeter gun that could do mega damage. I mean, the penetration absolutely sucks. So in tier 9s, like this battle, you can't pen anything. And I mean, just this is a T54E1. You can just about penetrate a little bit of the turret and the bottom plate. That's a T54E1, a medium tank that is not that well armored. So most of your shots will be with HE, and the majority of the time it will just be splash damage. I mean, you could still do 200, 300, 400 splash damage, which is why I carry more HE than I do heat. Now, the only thing that this tank is, because it's only got HE and heat, you could be behind a little fence. If you're behind a little fence, that is your protection. That's like a massive rock when you're in this tank, because you can't shoot through it. I mean, because heat or HE doesn't penetrate, it doesn't go through fences or anything, any obstacles, because it just explodes on impact. So if you do see one of these and you've got nowhere to hide, like behind any rock, just find a fence or a gate or something, because it won't be able to shoot through it. I've had that quite a few times, and it's very, very annoying. Very annoying. But other than that, the T49 is fun because of the speed and pretty much the gun, the light camo. You can get around the map very, very quickly. You can rush behind enemy tanks and then derp them from behind. In Tier 7 especially, you can derp a lot of things with the HE. Tier 9, you do struggle a little bit because you can't really penetrate many tanks, especially the heavies, from behind with your HE. You can do a little bit of splash damage. I mean, there, the Object 704, we could not penetrate anything. The whole front was red, so we had to just do a little bit of splash damage. We do low roll at just over 100, but it's still damage. It's still damage. Now, I do get wrecked from the Object 704, but I do get my payback very, very soon. So that WZ-120 we mess up, and it's things like this. Look, we're in the middle. I'm not sure what these medium tanks are doing. Like, we was just sat next to two medium tanks, and I'm a one-shot, and they didn't want to know me. So because they are there, I've decided, you know, there is the Object 704. So I'm going to use my light camo, my light speed, and we just managed to get around the rock before I'm spotted and before he turns. And now the Object 704 is in all sorts of bother. 712 HE damage puts him on 165 HP. And now he can't do nothing. There is nothing that this Object 704 can do. Now, we should have used the heat really, because we could have actually killed ourselves. Luckily, we didn't do too much damage. So that is our first kill, and all what's left is the ISU-152, who is going to take out the E50. And we are going to use the heat, and we can just literally penetrate his cheeks, and we do clear him for our second kill. So, nice fun battle. We run around the map. We was all over the place. We managed to survive, get a couple of kills, and we do 3.2k damage. In a Tier 9 game, that is not too bad. First class, and we do lose credits. So that is the only really bad thing about this tank, is you can't earn credits. It's nearly impossible to earn credits. Final battle, we're going to watch Fizzy. He loves the tank, and he was the one that requested this video, only because he had an ace battle. He wanted it features, and my patrons know if they request a tank to be reviewed or a video on, and I do it, because that is what patrons ask for, and that's what they get. So it's only because he wanted to be featured. It's a bit selfish, really, but nonetheless, it's a very good battle. The first shot onto the Hellzim was a bit of a troll shot, only manages to track him, but the rest of the game, RNGesus is on his side. Lovely ammo rack there on the AMX CDC. So one shot, one pen, and 1,000 damage, and a very good tank to be taken out of the game, actually, the CDC. Now he can get the side of the T54 lightweight, take one shot on him, puts him down now to a one shot. All of his team are around this area, so they are absolutely steamrolling the enemy, whilst the remaining four tanks are capping bases. Now, it is supremacy, and yes, capping bases is pretty good, but when it's 7-on-4, there's 4 caps. The caps are going to get taken back. It's very early on in the game, and capping these bases was just absolutely pointless. But Fizzy's team had 2 mediums and a light tank. The enemy had 1 medium and a light tank. So the mediums and the light tank should have really gone with the heavies, to be honest. But they didn't, and that probably cost him the game. So he uses the heat to penetrate the KV4. Now, if that was me using heat on KV4, guaranteed I wouldn't have penned. It's very, very troll. The heat on this is very, very, very troll. And I mean, again, he's aiming at that hatch, and he does manage to penetrate. This is very rare to get all the... I mean, once in a while, you might penetrate that. Any other time, there is no chance you're penetrating that, because the gun on this thing is just so troll. And that is... It's annoying. It's annoying, especially when you fully aim in on things like waffles, like you see on my second battle. You fully aim in, you wait, and it literally goes miles over. Other times you have snapshots just sort of like that, and it manages to pen the louver. So the gun is a hit and miss. It's very, very troll. But guys, do play it like a light tank. Get around the map. Use the map. The maps are big in this in the game. Use the map, get around it, and you can just see Fizzy there again. Nice heat shot into the louver, and which just leaves the IS-5. So it's 3 on 1, and again he's going to use the heat, and he's going to penetrate the back of the IS-5's turret. And again, if I was to shoot that, that would either go miles over or that would just bounce. But Fizzy manages to get the shot. Now they all rush in. I'm not sure if Fizzy's trying to block the T28 or not. I should hope not. But he manages to get the final kill. So 3 kills for Fizzy. They tie on supremacy points, 798 each, which is good. And he finishes on 4.7k damage. And he actually makes some credits. Fair play to you. So that is the T49 Hornet. The new camo on this thing looks absolutely lovely, which is why Fizzy wanted the video, because it has the new camo. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you soon.